Dana Bash, did she ever work for AIPAC? It's hard to figure out over at CNN who actually, because I know that Wolf Blitzer did.
Yes, I think I'd accidentally mixed that up before.
I don't think Jay Tapper did, although it's unclear that he's not now. Dana Bash, I don't know. But this is just absolutely
AIPAC runs ads on CNN.
It's just absolutely stunning. They've literally killed thousands upon thousands of children. I saw a statistic that was released by the Ministry of Health in Gaza. The number of children under the age of like 12 or 13 who have been killed. And it's in the thousands.
It's all they can verify, too.
It's all they can verify. And one of the horrible statistics about it is that apparently the age cohort of children who have died the most are in like the 6 to 9 range because they're too big to be carried by their parents and too young to run fast enough to avoid being killed. This is like what is going on there. Channel 13 News poll in Israel. Should Israel let humanitarian aid go to Gaza? 53% said no. 34% said yes. 13% said we don't know. Transferring, which is ethnic cleansing, right?
Yep.
56%. This is a Penn State University poll that was reported on. 82% support for ethnically cleansing of Gazans. 56% of to ethnically cleanse Israeli Arabs. 47% support killing all Gazans. I mean,
it's a deeply brainwashed, sick society.
And but here is Dana Bash on CNN with her perspective on what constitutes violence.
You just heard the alleged killer saying, "Free Palestine." We hear that on the streets. We hear that on college campuses. And there are a lot of people who have been worried that that has been turned into a call to arms and a call to action and violence.
Yes.
Others claim that it's not. What do you think now that we have seen this?
I think there's no question, whatever its initial intent and whatever people were saying initially or meant it has become a call for violence, and not violence against Israelis, which is wrong, but violence against Jews. And anybody who tries to separate the two and try to say, oh, I'm just against Palestine, I'm just, against Israel's policies in Palestine or in Gaza, and I'm not anti-Semitic. This was anti-Semitism pure and simple. That he happened to have killed 2 Israeli staff members, didn't matter. It was a Jewish event, they were targets.
I'll pause it. Listen, we don't know enough. I mean, here's the thing. We know what the manifesto says. Now, listen, I want to make it clear. Obviously, this goes without saying, except for in this environment. I don't support or condone murder or killing.
Absolutely.
I didn't support when Israel struck an embassy in Iran. I don't support.
Can we show our face, by the way?
The killing.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
I don't support the killing of diplomatic work people. I don't support the killing of non-diplomatic people. I don't support any of this. It was murder.
It was awful.
It is unclear. Even in this guy's logic, as presented by his alleged manifesto, there is no rational basis for him to do this type of killing. But the word Jew does not show up in his manifesto. Actually, Robert McNamara makes more of an appearance in his manifesto than any Jew does. the idea, again, of conflating this with, and we don't know how this guy chose these two people. We don't know whether he was following. We just don't know this information. And she doesn't know this either. And so to go on and claim that this is an anti-Semitic attack simply because it was out in front of a Jewish program, and to claim that he just coincidentally killed Israelis or Israeli government officials is just the height of irresponsibility.
It's very clearly political murder and not religious murders.
I mean, all indications at this point are that it was political, but we really don't know. All the information we have is an alleged manifesto, and knowing that the two victims, I don't know that even the guy
He was a Christian.
perceived himself as Jewish.
But even if you want to say that the motivations were explicitly anti-Semitic and not about Israel's actions, this still does not. The conflation is still the problem.
Yep.
That's still the problem. Where you're saying if it is a political killing, they're still conflating the political ideology of Zionism with Judaism, which is so dangerous for Jews. It is just. I mean, let alone dangerous for Palestinians, because the more that this kind of effort to suppress dissent against this genocide goes on, the more time we lose, the more children get blown apart, the more children starve to death.
We have people talking about bringing the temperature down as if the protesters are supposed to do that. No, American government needs to stop sending bombs. That's the only way to stop this, to take this temperature down. And this woman, I mean...
Yes, this is what, I mean, I want to make sure that we, that this was the right person. Isaac Chotiner,
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say the Chotiner.
of the New Yorker, who it's amazing he gets people to agree to talk to him because he's always like getting them to say embarrassing things. She used to work for the Biden administration.
She was the special envoy for anti-Semitism.
And she said things like, this is her, she defended in this interview the Trump administration's actions going after student protesters in this. And also, Chotiner asked, what do you think the Trump administration is doing to fight anti-Semitism and in that sense uphold democracy? She says, it's calling universities to account. She says she was pleased by that because they're asking the university, Columbia, to live up to its own standards.
People should read that Chotiner interview. It is, he just completely exposes her for the ridiculousness it is. And here she is praising the completely illicit attack in Lebanon, which ended up maiming and killing children and innocents and whatnot, and just laughs it off as if it's a joke with the beeper. This is back in 2024.
After October 7th, there was a feeling around the world that Israel is weaker, and in the
You want a beeper?
There you go.
So let's take lessons on this person about hate.
Free Palestine is a call for violence is what Dana Bash is saying right there on television.
She's saying some people say that. Some people say that.
I'm sure.
Dana Bash.
And here's the one guest I have who happens to agree with that sentiment.
There's a massive fraud about anti-Semitism being conducted by people like Dana Bash. She's the one who said Rashida Tlaib was being anti-Semitic for criticizing Dana Nessel for all the suppression of speech.
Which incidentally came out that was the case.
She dropped charges.
Yep.
Nessel had to because of how ridiculous her targeting of these students was. And it just, to say this in this environment as a reporter, when the Trump administration is rounding up people for their speech, and for you to say, now we're not even talking from the river to the sea, which they've claimed is falsely is anti-Semitic. When people say that, they're calling for one democratic state with Israelis and Palestinians living side by side. Now calling for freedom from a genocide, from a blockade, from apartheid, from an occupation. The calls for freedom are calls for genocide. You're a lunatic.
Freedom is
You're
slavery.
Like, you
It's
like
Orwellian.
Be in a padded room. Be in a padded room because you don't know what words mean.
Literally Orwellian.
There's an easy way for Free Palestine to not have any violent implications, and that is to actually free Palestine and stop occupying.
Free it through nonviolent means, world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just to give you a sense of how vicious and disingenuous and dangerous these Zionist apologists are in this country, and folks like that, and the conflation of anti-Semitism and Zionism. We're going to play a video that you should know is maybe incredibly offensive to people, that has created so much controversy. And the main subject in the video has been relentlessly attacked for what a lot of these people perceive as anti-Semitism. And I just want to give you a heads up, a trigger warning, because it's going to be disturbing for people to see this type of video. The perpetrator of this video is a woman named Rachel. We're only going to give her first name. And this is apparently a collaboration with the Palestinian Children Relief Fund. This video has caused such controversy because of the undertones of this. I think you can tell.
It's a little one-sided.
It's extremely obviously it's dangerous. And so again, if you have children in the room or anything like that,
Make them
please
pay attention.
Just want you to be here. This is
Well, as soon as they hear the
Miss
song,
Rachel
yeah.
With a little girl, Rahaf, who was able to get out of Gaza early.
And you'll see that she has 2 prosthetic legs.
Let's go back to sleep, Rahaf. We're so tired. See the bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? They're so still. Are they ill? Wake up soon. Let's pretend to sleep. Wake up, little bunnies! Skip, little bunny, skip, skip, skip. Skip, little bunny, skip, skip, skip. Skip, little bunny, skip, skip, skip. Skip, 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 and stop. Let's hop again. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, 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 and stop. Yay! That was so much fun.
The ghouls coming after this woman for providing children in Palestine some like momentary relief from the absolute horrors that they're going through, and the idea that people would be attacking this woman for doing something like this shows such a demented perspective on the world. I mean, it's just stunning to me.
The CNN interviewed her and the mother of this girl, and she has 2 brothers that are still in Gaza with their father, and they were saying that the mother was saying, because thankfully she was able to be evacuated because the Palestinians Children Relief Fund and Miss Rachel partnered with them, that they see videos of her eating bread and they're jealous of their sister or sad about it, basically. Not jealous in a bad way, but just that those kids are still over there. And can we just pull up this New York Times article I sent about this? This came out last week. First of all, Miss Rachel is like, I mean, she's doing amazing work humanizing Palestinian kids. She has like 15 million, 14 million subscribers, over 1 billion views. And I was wondering, like, I was thinking, how do I remember that song, the Little Bunnies thing? And it's because my cousin's kid is always dancing to it.
Can you imagine having to defend making the plight of children in Gaza a primary focus on her social media feeds. Like just even the way that this is framed in the New York Times.
Yeah.
As if she waded into the Gaza debate.
The big debate about it.
The big debate as to how many children should we maim? How many children should we kill? What is the right number of Palestinian children to die? What's the best age for them to die at? I mean, is that the debate? What's the debate here?
Yeah. We'll read an infuriating quote in a sec. Just if you could scroll to the photo of her, where they see them. There you go. That's them together. And Rahaf's mother and sorry, that's not the right quote. I was reading the wrong one. But anyway, you can see that they met in person and how happy she was. But there was a quote that went viral because Stop Anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semite of the Week said Stop Anti-Semitism.
I mean, it's just really dark. But this person, Stacey Hackner, was quoted. Put her name to it. Miss Rachel seems to be someone who is really, really good-hearted. But in the context of everything that's going on, she says, I care about all children. But really, she's talking about the children of Gaza. Stacey Hackner, a teacher at a London Cheder, a school of Jewish instruction, said in an interview. That has left a lot of Jewish parents feeling quite isolated.
So,
you don't speak for Jewish parents for your inhumanity.
This is a time for everyone to, like, quote, really, really good-hearted. But in the, quote, context of everything, everything is a genocide.
I mean, and then, like, even the way the Times phrases this, a review of Akurzo's Instagram posts over the past 18 months showed that her activism has focused primarily on Gazan children. So good, you fact-checked it. She did, yes, highlight the plight of the children in experiencing a Holocaust right now. Yes, disproportionately.
I mean,
God forbid.
You saw how the New York Times covered Hitler.
Miss Heathen, YouTuber Noah Sampson has been doing a live stream for a week straight to raise funds for UNRWA. He took breaks, and he's been doing it for Palestinians who are suffering in Gaza to avoid famine. They've raised nearly $500,000. Noah's live right now. We should put a link to that. I don't know that guy, but let's put a link to it.
I checked out a couple of those. I'm surprised it's been going so long.
Yeah.
Hope he's getting enough sleep.
That's amazing.
The bestest leftist. My 10-year-old daughter was asking me how much it costs to end world hunger. I tell her $6 billion and all about Elon Musk's broken promise and then overpayment for Twitter instead. She said, Dad, if I have $7 billion, I'd spend $6 billion to end world hunger. Hope? Question mark. I mean, is she good at business?
Getting government contracts?
Sounds like a sucker.
Blaze Chadwell. Miss Rachel also regularly posts in support of Israeli children that were affected on October 7th and other events. She just doesn't post. She doesn't just post about Palestinians. Bingo Dongo. Absolute ghouls on Israeli TikTok were making fun of the girl in the Miss Rachel video. They really have no problem letting the world know who they are. And yet they are confused about why public opinion is against them.
No, that clip just really got me because there's no reason that she should be not have her legs anymore, but she's still a little kid. How excited she is to see.
To
Miss
enjoy
Rachel.
her life. And there's other images or videos of her when she falls down and has to get back up. And I think the way she has to tilt her head to balance it is, I mean, really inspiring and heartbreaking at the exact same time.
Hassan Piker and his ilk, I don't know what that means, called Israelis and Israeli government employees retrogrades, termites, goblins, monsters, and anyone having any affiliation with the Israeli government should be taken out of society. How is that? Is it not like Tucker Carlson's instigating violent reaction and action against immigrants? Well, I mean, without endorsing some of those names,
I would question some of those.
I don't even swear that often on this program. But how is criticism of Israelis and Israeli government employees in particular different from Tucker Carlson instigating violent reaction and action against immigrants? Well, one is there's no instigation of violence. That's one difference. And then the other difference is that immigrants, that is just a status. They are not in charge of anything other than them own selves. If you are working for a government that is involved in a genocide, I mean, it's hard to say that you don't have culpability. I mean, I feel like as a taxpayer that I have culpability for what happened in Iraq. I have culpability for the weapons that are sent over to bomb, children, women, men in Gaza. I mean, we all have a certain amount of culpability. It rises with the proximity, as proximity to power does.
Exactly.
And so that's one of the most obvious questions that I think someone could ask.
Page
frankly.
one. That's page one, as the Brits say.
And I really find the desire to pick apart Hassan's words like this when, as you said in that debate you had, like, we all engage in some level of hyperbole. It's just so you're trying to find something that isn't there.
Also, half the things people put in Hassan's mouth were said by Felix Biederman.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.